My name is Ben, and I am a back-end web developer for a small boutique web development shop in Atlanta called Polar Notion. I got my psychology degree from Georgia State because I wanted to get into advertising, which is what my dad did. After an internship that didn't really pan out into an advertising job, I landed as a ballroom dance instructor with Fred Astaire Dance Studios, thinking that this will just be like a fun little job I can screw off for a few years and then get a real job. And I ended up staying in the industry for about 3 years. It was a lot of fun, but I got tired of being a starving artist. So got into advertising, did that for a few years. It was much better money, but you're just working in this, in a cubicle, you're cogging a machine. So I got tired of that. For my whole life, as I had been saying, everyone should serve their country at some point, and I never had. And I was approaching the age maximum to enter military service. So I competed for commission in the United States Marine Corps, served for 4 years, mostly in Japan, doing training exercises and show force type things in the Pacific. And then I got out thinking, well, now I've served my country, checking the box, I can go back into the rat race and do advertising again. And I did for about 8 months. But after military service, working in a cubicle and just being like this tiny cog in a giant machine really wasn't that fulfilling. So I started, looking around for some other options. Got on Code Academy, was thinking, I've always liked technology, and I found it very fulfilling. I got to work with my hands and immediately see the results of the effort that I was making, and you don't get that in a lot of corporate jobs. So after investing some time, about 6 months of self-study, I decided that I wanted to go to a code school. And, if I really wanted to, I probably could have self-taught the entire time, but for me, the appeal and value of actually going through a program is there was some structure there, there's a syllabus to keep me online, keep me coding every single day, and then, teachers to ask questions to, and students that I could collaborate with that were kind of in the same spot. Favorite part of code school was like the instant gratification of having the code work. It's kind of like pulling a lever on a slot machine. You fiddle with your code, you try something and it fails, and then you fiddle again and it fails, 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 and it fails. And finally it works. And there's this rush of I did something and now it's working. And you can just fire up your web browser and you can see that the code that I wrote is now providing some kind of functional value on a web page. And that's very satisfying. Every day after class, I would take all the projects and all the examples that we had been working on, and I just delete them. And then I would rebuild that from scratch, and then I would delete them and rebuild it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. I invested probably about 60 hours a week on code school, and a portion of that was instruction and class time. A lot of it was on my own. So it takes a lot of endurance, and I just had to clear my schedule. I wasn't available socially to do things as much as I might like to be. I didn't have as much put my feet up time. It was just eat and breathe and sleep and code, and that's it. And so that was a little bit of a challenge, but it definitely paid off. Polar Notion provided me an opportunity to get paid to continue to learn and also to build out my portfolio, because the code I was writing at this point was actually a client was paying for it, and it was going to be shipped to a production site. And it was just, the first 6 months or a year was a skyrocket of continuing to build on the foundation I got at TTS. My skills continue to multiply. I've been at it for about 2 years professionally now, since having finished code school. And a few months ago, Polar Notion provided another opportunity for an emerging developer to get paid to learn. And the boss said, why don't you take him under your wing? And now I'm doing, reviewing his code and providing some mentorship and, cracking the whip when I need to make sure that he's embracing our good code conventions, and that, we maintain a standard of excellence. So we're shipping code that we're proud of, that looks beautiful on the back end, that's intuitive, simple, and easy to maintain. And that's a great opportunity too, because I've really got the best of both worlds. I have access to phenomenal mentors that help sharpen me, and now I have the opportunity to help kind of sharpen someone else as well.